Gentlemen, this is Mantelligence. Today we're showing you 8 of the best ways to keep a conversation going with a girl. As most guys have experienced, keeping a conversation going with a girl you like can be pretty tough. But if you know some basic tips and a few powerful tricks, it can become surprisingly simple. So, to help you talk to women, here are 8 great ways to keep a conversation going with a girl. Number 1. Know when to continue the conversation. Or more specifically, know when not to continue a conversation. Sometimes a woman just won't want to talk to you, or really talk to any guy. She might have a boyfriend, she might not be interested, or she just might have a lot on her mind. How can you tell if she isn't interested and probably doesn't want to talk? She won't be doing the following: making prolonged eye contact, asking you questions, or giving you her full attention. So if she isn't doing any of these things, she probably doesn't want to talk. And it's probably best to just let the conversation end. Number 2, ask the right type of questions. While asking a lot of questions is better than not asking any, asking the right ones is a far more powerful way to keep the conversation engaging. So, what exactly are the right types of questions? Well, they're open-ended ones that go beyond the surface level and show her that you're really interested. Not only do they tell you more about her, but they also keep her genuinely engaged and involved in the conversation. Number 3, offer information about yourself. So now you know it's great to show her your genuine interest by asking questions, but unless you want your conversation to feel less like a conversation and more like a one-sided job interview, be sure to tell her a little bit about yourself and let her ask you some questions. I mean, this just makes sense, right? Because just like you want to get to know her, she probably really wants to get to know you. Number 4, search out her conversational leads. Here's a surprise most guys might not realize at first. Women are constantly handing you topics that they want to talk about, and if you're really listening, you can learn how to easily pick up on them. For example, if she says something like, "I need a vacation," she probably wants to rant about her job or something stressful in her life. Now, by picking up on those cues, not only do you show her that you're really listening to her, but you can also have more than a surface-level conversation. Number 5, don't filter your thoughts. When you really don't want to mess up a conversation with a girl, it can be easy to avoid topics that you think she probably wouldn't want to talk about. But think about it this way: if you're constantly filtering, then you're not letting the conversation just flow. And if that's happening, how can you expect to have a real conversation? So instead of worrying so much about how you might come across to her, just be yourself and talk about what's really on your mind. Number 6, don't panic when there's silence. Humans are generally uncomfortable with the dreaded, awkward silence, so it's incredibly natural to try to avoid it in a conversation. But if you know how, you can easily make quieter moments work to your advantage. Here's an example. You can check to see if her body language is telling you something. You can show her that you're confident and calm by not panicking in the silence. And you could even flirt with her by looking into her eyes, then giving her a genuine smile. Number 7, drop a compliment late in the conversation. While most women love flattery, especially from a guy they're interested in, they don't need or want compliments all the time. But luckily, overdoing it is pretty easy to avoid because there's an even better way to do it. Next time you want to compliment her, just wait until late in the conversation and give her a sincere compliment. Not only will it show her that you don't just hand out random compliments, but if she blushes, laughs, or compliments you back, you know she's probably into you. Number 8, give the conversation a definite end. Walking away from a great conversation is incredibly hard, and it also practically guarantees that you'll be talking again soon. Most women have been in countless conversations that have dragged on too long, and for most of these, they were probably pretty happy when they were over. Do you want her to think that about your conversation? Of course not. So, even if it's hard, let the conversation end naturally and save something for next time. That's 8 proven ways to keep the conversation going with a girl. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let us know and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click and subscribe. And while you're here, why not check out these other awesome videos? Thanks for watching.